Welcome back, guys. Looking at the premiere one, it has been a minute. I do not really remember how to fly this thing, but we're going to figure it out together. We're in Aspen. There's a little bit of a layer of overcast here. Going to follow a departure out of here to Grand Canyon West, and hopefully by then the sun will be up and we'll be able to see some views on the way in. I think it's like 6:30 or 6:45 in game at the moment. Haven't done anything to the plane. I think the door is open. That's about it. Obviously, all the static objects are still on, and as per procedure, I think we're departing runway 33, so we're going to have a good bit of a tailwind on the way out of here, which might be kind of interesting. No idea what to expect in Grand Canyon because I haven't looked, but there is there's an AirMet Tango on the way, so I do expect a little bit of turbulence. Maybe. Let's go and remove the static objects. Get in the cockpit, actually get the ground power unit on as well. That's loud. Up over here somewhere, there is cockpit flood. There we go. Go and get our nav lights on. And it'll do for now. Flight plan also pretty easy. Before we do that, let's get the weather and see what exactly we're dealing with here. Nav radio and go COM1 122.0.
Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo Airport Information Delta 1809er Zulu Weather Wind 172 at 17 gusting to 23 Visibility 10 Sky Condition Ceiling 10,000 Overcast Temperature 2 Dew point -7 Altimeter 2966 Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
Information Delta, that sounds fun. AC
Kilo
delivery, ground 121.9.
West 518, Deer Lake, Verto 6, Verto 6 on the Lorca transition, flight plan route, departs runway 06 left, block 6331.
Okay, to Deer Lake, Verto 6, Lorca transition, flight plan off of 6 left, 6331, Westjet 518.
West 518, I'll correct you this box.
Ground and tower 118.85. Put that over there in COM2, and we will wait. I said the route is pretty easy. It's pretty much two things, and then we get the departure. There's no arrival into 1 Gulf 4, which is where we're going. Actually, get this popped out again. Flight plan. Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo 2 1 Gulf 4. Route is just going to be junction. That's a transition, so I'll put that on here. Juliet, November, Charlie. To Tuba City, which is Tango Bravo, Charlie.
Alright, behind Rouge on the Charlie, 37282.
279 nautical miles away. I'm guessing we're not going that far. And departures and arrivals, Aspen's going to be runway 33, Pitkin 4, via Junction, Grand Junction, there you go. And arrivals, let's see what the wind is doing.
Thank you. West at 431, towers 18.7, you have a good flight.
Thank you so much at 431, have a good day.
You too. Air Canada 591, towers 18.7 for you.
Also pretty windy there, 20018 gusting 25, this could be a fun one. And let's see what runways we got. Runway 21 will be us.
Thank you. West
So
at
that's not too bad.
431, towers
Runway 21.
18.7, you have a good
What?
flight.
Thank you so much at 431, have a good day.
Am I looking at
You
the
too.
wrong
Air
one?
Canada 591, towers 18.7 for you as well. So long.
Alright, we'll take runway 17. We'll go 10 miles. 10 mile final. How about that? Classic Farrell final. Give us a minute to figure out the way to execute. Double check we got no discontinuities.
Via Bravo, hold short of Delta.
Edney Boyett, Linz, Glenelg, Slalom, Junction, Tuba City, and then runway 17. 10 miles. Nice. We do need to look at the departure plate here. So we got climb heading 331 to at or above 8,320. direct to Adney. So there's our altitude restriction. So we'll just climb. The end of the SID is going to be climbing right turn to 16,000. So we'll go 16,000 on the altitude. Takeoff might be kind of squirrely. This plane, it's hard to control on the ground. The wheelbase is really short. Gonna have a tailwind. Set myself up for some excuses before we even get rolling. We're gonna go flying level 160, and we're gonna do VNAV on the way out, obviously. Give ourselves nav. Vertical speed. .250 on the speed bug. Where? Oh, down. There we go.
Good day, Georgian. 7284 short Delta Tango.
Actually, probably climb. Flight level change after that. 200 knots, and then vertical speed. We should be able to do.
Behind the WestJet 37 from your right on Charlie. Taxi via Charlie.
We need. What's the minimum here?
Delta 5 behind the WestJet taxi on Charlie, Georgian 7284.
Go 2,000. Should be able to do 2,000. Flight directors are on. Vertical speed is set. Altitude is armed. And we've got our nav on. I think we're ready to start this thing up. And we'll do GPU start, so we don't really have to do anything else. Leave the avionics on. Fuel pumps on auto. And let's see, our landing altitude is what? 6,600.
2702, you're going to see traffic off your left side of 1900. He gives way to you, Tower 1835.
Copy 1900, giving way to us. Tower 1835, WestJet 2702. Good day, sir.
This is 2702, you're going to see traffic off your left side of 1900. He gives way to you, Tower 1835.
Copy 1900, giving way to us. Tower 1835, WestJet 2702. Good day, sir.
There we go. Right gen's on, right engine is started. Let me close the door.
Ground WestJet
And we'll do engine number 1.
making the return of Delta for gate Alpha 4.
Pressure 245, on ground, Delta Echo, hold short Sierra.
Delta Echo will be true. Air WestJet 245.
There we go. Left gen reset. Providing electricity for us. Thanks. Stall warning. Stabilizer. There we go. I think we're good to go.
Can 704 behind United, continue via Charlie.
Charlie, I can't start off 4.
Can 704 behind United, continue via Charlie.
Charlie, I can't start off 4. Good morning, Denver 4067. Delta 4 going to Bravo 7.
Denver 4067, ground Delta, Echo, hold short Sierra.
Delta Echo, hold short Sierra, Denver 4067.
Bravo Jet 245 with you on Echo to hold short Sierra. Bravo Jet 245 with you on Echo to hold short Sierra.
WestJet 245, right turn at Romeo, cross runway 33 right, hold short of Bravo.
Hey, Romeo 30, crossing 33 right, holding short Bravo, WestJet 245.
Air Canada 704, use the right lane at the end over tower 1835.
Land 1835 at Gas Channel 4.
Back right lane for me. Air Canada 704, use the right lane at the end over tower 1835.
Land 1835 at Gas Channel 4.
Back right lane for me.
Grab confirm, that was the right side for Air Canada 704.
Yes, please, the west lane. Thank you.
Over. Grab confirm, that was the right side for Air Canada 704.
Yes, please, the west lane. Thank you.
Over.
Delta 214 ground hello, runway 34 left, taxi via Golf and Whiskey Alpha.
Golf Whiskey Alpha 34 left, Southwest 3214.
Go runway 33 on the hold short. Set the brakes there. Let's go.
Delta 214
Landing
ground hello,
lights.
runway 34 left, taxi via Golf and
Ignition lights
Whiskey
on.
Alpha.
Golf
Landing
Whiskey Alpha
lights.
34
Strobes.
left, Southwest 3214.
Seatbelts. No smoking. Galley lights are on. And we got flap set. We're trimmed for takeoff. The lift dump is unlocked. We're good to go there. And radios 1885 for tower. And we got Denver Center 125.35.
Cat 569, contact Foxtrot. Have a good night.
Cat 569, you too.
Direct Adney, we're good to go. Park and brake off. Double check those strobes are going. Yeah, buddy.
Southwest 384, remain my frequency, turn right at Juliet 1, taxi via Juliet Hotel, and hold short of runway 35 at Echo.
Okay, we'll taxi Juliet 1, Juliet Hotel, short of 35 at Echo, is that correct?
Southwest 384, that's affirmative.
Okay, we'll hold short of 35 at Echo, Southwest 384.
Southwest 384, remain my frequency, turn right at Juliet 1, taxi via Juliet Hotel, and hold short of runway 35 at Echo.
Okay, we'll taxi Juliet 1, Juliet Hotel, short of 35 at Echo, is that correct?
Southwest 384, that's affirmative.
Ooh,
Okay.
a little sketchy there.
35 at Echo, Southwest.
Compass 6043 RNAV Delray, wind 25014, 24 left, clear for immediate takeoff.
Alright, we're rolling now, clear to go, 24 left, Delray, compass 6043.
Compass 6043 RNAV
There we go,
Delray, wind
damper on.
25014, 24 left, clear for immediate takeoff.
Alright, we're rolling now, clear to go, 24 left, Delray, compass 6043.
Two 1909, contact Sparks, good day. 1909, Tinker. Two 1909, contact Sparks, good day. 1909, Tinker. Alpha 28, wind calm, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
26 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 514.
Unlock the lift dump. Don't actually
Alpha
hit
28,
that.
wind calm, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
26 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 514.
And we can switch it to center frequency there. We're going to turn the autopilot on, climb to 16,000, and then we'll go up to our cruise altitude with flight level change. Let's power up a little bit. 99.9% N1, that'll do.
Fremont 4732, cross 40 miles north of Manchester, flight level 200. 200, Fremont 4732. Fremont 4732, cross 40 miles north of Manchester, flight level 200. 200, Fremont 47. Sierra
Alright, 4451, just trying to maintain 9 or 1,000.
Down 9,000, picture 4451.
There's 16,000. We're going east, so we're going to need to do an even number. And a total flight is what? 360, so we'll go flight level 340. And we'll do flight level change. The speed's already in there at 200 knots. We'll leave it there for the time being. Never set our barometric pressure.
Trying to maintain 11,000.
So maintain 11,000 towards the gate.
2966, it was close. 2961. Let's get landing lights off, recognition lights off. And 2992.
American 617, contact 133.12.
133.12 over here.
American 617, contact 133.12.
133.12 over here.
Control is 465 out of 38, 4 for 330.
69 Victor, right now to maintain for level 240. That's 2593, Mr. Rush, Frederick Towers, Charlie.
Break altitude southwest 259.
That's 2593, Mr. Rush, Frederick Towers, Charlie.
Break altitude southwest 259.
Average 69 Victor, contact center on 128.3, next.
Fedora T1 Victory, bye-bye.
Laser 465, just to maintain for level 250.
Send and maintain flight level 250, Trailblazer 465. Blazer 465, descend and maintain flight level 250. Send and maintain flight level 250, Trailblazer 465.
Good 81 Victor, could you confirm the frequency again, please?
Sabre 69 Victor, New York, 128.3.
Yeah, we tried that and they told us to come back to you.
Alright, we'll try them again, 28.3.
Okay, well.
Blue 2730, cross 15 miles south of Ruiz and flight level 210. 2730. Blue 2730, cross 15 miles south of Ruiz and flight level 210. 2730.
Speedbird 81 Victor, we're back with you.
Edelweiss 4 kilo. Edelweiss 4 kilo, go. Edelweiss 4 kilo, request 20 miles left of track due to weather. Edelweiss 4 kilo, deviation left of course through direct snow hill when able. When able, Edelweiss 4 kilo, thanks. Southwest 9008, good direct to Ruiz, cross 15 south of Ruiz at flight level 210.
Direct to Ruiz, cross 15 inside of Ruiz at level 210, Southwest 9008.
Southwest 9008, clear direct to Ruiz, cross 15 south of Ruiz at flight level 210.
Alright, Director Ruiz, cross 15 inside of Ruiz at level 210, Southwest 9, over.
JetBlue 797, would you climb at 30.734? JetBlue 797, Victor, roger. And clear direct to Dizzy. Direct, Dizzy, Boston, JetBlue 797. JetBlue 797, 30.734. JetBlue 797, Victor, roger. And clear direct to Dizzy. Direct, Dizzy, Boston, JetBlue 797. Cargo 497 Heavy, flight road 3900. German Cargo 497, Victor, roger. Cargo 497 Heavy, flight road 3900. German Cargo 497, Victor, roger. Trailblazer 465, clear direct to Norwich, consider maintain flight about 200.
Okay, direct to Norwich 200, Trailblazer 465.
Trailblazer 465, clear direct to Norwich, consider maintain flight about 200.
Okay, direct to Norwich 200, Trailblazer 465.
And for JetBlue 2730, just want to verify it's 15 miles south of Ruiz at 210, correct?
JetBlue 2730, affirmative, 15 south of Ruiz at 210.
I think.
JetBlue 2730, when you transition, maintain 300 knots or greater.
300 knots or greater in the transition, JetBlue 2730. United for JetBlue 2730. Just want to verify it's 115, 15 miles south of Ruiz at 210, correct?
JetBlue 2730, affirmative, 15 south of Ruiz at 210.
Alright, thanks.
JetBlue 2730, when you transition, maintain 300 knots or greater.
300 knots or greater in the transition, JetBlue 2730.
Southwest 9008, transition at 300 knots.
300 knots transition, Southwest 9008.
Southwest 9008, transition at 300 knots.
300 knots transition, Southwest 9008.
Direct Ruiz, and give it 59 knots free.
W 790 Center, roger. Turn 10 degrees to your left.
10 left, W 790. Direct Ruiz, and give it 59 knots free.
W 790 Center, roger. Turn 10 degrees to your left.
10 left, W 790.
Blue 391, connection 133.12.
3312 for JetBlue 391. Have a good night.
Blue 391, connection 133.12.
3312 for JetBlue 391. Have a good night.
Bird 81, Victor connection on 128.75.
55, should 81 for Chevy, bye-bye.
Bird 81, Victor connection on 128.75.
55, should 81 for Chevy, bye-bye.
Trailblazer 465, cross 35 miles south of Norwich at 17,000.
35 north of Norwich at 17,000, Trailblazer 465.
Trailblazer 465, 35 south at 17,000.
Okay, 35 south at 17,000. Speed, Trailblazer 465.
Trailblazer 465, 35 south at 17,000.
Okay, 35 south at 17,000. Speed, Trailblazer 465.
Southwest 25 and 93, cross 15 miles south of Ruiz, it's flight level 210, clear direct to Ruiz.
210 Southwest 2593.
2593, maintain 300 knots or less in the descent.
And 300 or less in the descent, Southwest 2593.
Flight 3794, descend and maintain flight level 270, transition at 280 knots.
Someone just asked in chat, you can't hear me. Why is my view set so far back in the cockpit? And I just, mostly so you can get some lateral view on the side when you're landing. That's one of the biggest things that you use in real life. Is when you're looking down the runway at an aiming point until you start your round out, and then to sense the sink, you're kind of using your peripheral vision to find the ground coming up at you. And without that, so if you said, for example, this would be like normal FOV. This is kind of how you see things in real life. Which is good. It looks realistic. However, it's kind of hard to land like that. You don't really see much. You don't get a lot of information on the sides.
Hello, Bavarian 50, climbing start level 400, passing 2 factory.
Bavarian 50 to the Mendoza, maintain flight level 340.
Flight level 340, Bavarian 50. Hello, Bavarian 50, climbing start level 400, passing 2 factory.
Bavarian 50 to the Mendoza, maintain flight level 340.
Flight level 340, Bavarian 50.
I guess it's better also to see the stuff on your PFD and your MFD, but I can read that pretty well without really zooming in. So for example, I can see our N2 or N1 is right at 100.1%, which is actually okay, but I'm going back a little bit.
Transat 407, that's there, Roger. Reset transponders, block 3553.
Getting raped by this headwind.
Transat 407, heavy flight level 360.
Transat 407, that's there, Roger. Reset transponders, block 3553.
Speaking of getting raped, probably going to have a hard one on landing. Nearest weather, there's not an ATIS at the airport that we're going to. However, nearest weather right now, as of 1851 Zulu, wind 210 at 30, gusting 40, 10 miles visibility, light rain, but clear, temperature 16, dew point -6. That's gonna be fun.
But 908, contact the center on 1. 790, clear direct Ruiz, cross 25 south of Ruiz at 210.
25 this side of Ruiz 210, trip to 790.
3790, clear direct Ruiz, cross 25 south of Ruiz at 210.
25 to the side of Ruiz, 210, JetBlue 790.
That was 3794, clear direct Ruiz, cross 25 south of Ruiz at 210.
Cross Ruiz 25,000, 210, Skyway 3794.
That was 3794, just verify 25 south of Ruiz is flight level 210.
Ruiz, flight level 210, Skyway 3794.
Blazer 465, contact the center on 133.42.
Blazer 465.
Blazer 465, contact the center on 133.42.
Blazer 465.
W790, disregard the crossing, descend down to maintain flight level 210.
Alright, go down to 210 at this time now, JetBlue 790.
W790, disregard the crossing, descend down to maintain flight level 210.
Alright, go down to 210 at this time now, JetBlue 790.
Skywest 3794, I apologize. Disregard the crossing, descend down to maintain flight level 210.
Descend to maintain, flight level 210, Skyway 3794.
Skywest 3794, I apologize. Disregard the crossing, descend down to maintain flight level 210.
Descend to maintain, flight level 210, Skyway 3794.
American 106 out of 50 for 190.
American 106, that's all right. Climbing maintain flight level 310.
310, climb maintain, American 106.
Time 59.18.5, running level 200. Spirit 959, been around climbing maintain flight level 360, that'll be right for direction. 17 level 360, Germany time 59.
level 200.
Spirit 959, been running, flight maintain flight level 360, that'll be right for correction.
Maintain level 360, during time and dinner.
That was 3794, spirit 15 degrees to the right, let's just read descent.
15 degrees to the right, sky was 3794.
That was 3794, spirit 15 degrees to the right, let's just read descent.
15 degrees to the right, sky was 3794.
American 720, flight level 350, continuous light chop.
American 720, roger, plates, so.
Roger. American 720, flight level 350, continuous light chop.
American 720, Thunder Roger, I've had no complaints, so.
Roger.
Brilliant, 50, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Flight level 400, Bavarian Toucher.
Cargo 497, connect someone 28.75.
28, 475, Bravo, 495.
Cargo 497, connect someone 28.75.
28, 475, Bravo, 495.
W797, traffic 12 o'clock, stand opposite direction 35076.
American Zebra 797.
W797 traffic 12 o'clock, stand opposite direction 35076.
Hey, Lincoln's at the 797.
Air Transit 407, contact on 118.42.
118.42, and Transat 407.
Air Transit 407, contact on 118.42.
118.42, and Transat 407.
American 106, climb to flight level 370.
Maintain 370, American 106.
Grand Canyon National Park Information Victor.
American 106,
1300 Zulu weather.
370.
Wind 190 at 10. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 14,500 few. Temperature 5. Dew point -7. Altimeter 2969. Arriving runway 21. Departing runway 21. Advise on initial contact, you have Victor.
Alright, that's for KGCN. That's on the east side of the Grand Canyon. We're going to the west side, so I'm not sure how much different it is going to be there. There's an AWAS. I'm not sure we'll pick that up, though. So let's go 119.
Grand Canyon National
45.
Park Information Victor. 1300 Zulu weather. Wind 190 at 10. Visibility
That's
more
not
than
bad,
10. Sky can...
Was expecting worse. We'll see if we can get an AWAS from 1 Golf 4 when we get a little closer. Grand Canyon coming up here, 1 o'clock.
W790, contact on 133.42.
3342, JetBlue 790.
Once again, directly turning into the wind. It's your wind direction here now, so 88 knots is going to be still quartering headwind.
Airfly 111, center right
Aiden, you little beauty, how's it going, buddy? You missed an exciting flight today. I don't know what happened to it exactly, but at some point when I was going to switch the fuel tanks, I looked down to check the fuel pressure, and I noticed that the ammeter was like bouncing back and forth between 0 and 5, and I turned off everything except for the transponder and the beacon, and the ammeter was like going up and down with the beacon. I turned that off and it just went straight to 0. So I basically made a beeline for the airport and kept the radios off until I was like 12 miles out, and I called them and told them I had an issue with the ammeter or the generator or alternator or whatever the hell it was. And I was just running transponder and radios, just hoping they'd get me back, and I did. And when I went to do the live check before I shut down, the engine was like kind of starting to, you can tell the magnetos were losing some electricity there, so I don't know, it was sketch. Made it safe.
American 720.
Yeah, probably I didn't catch it soon enough, which is why I was more freaked out, because I went really far northeast. Like, I was up in northeast Georgia by Heaven's Landing, which is, I mean, probably at least 40 or 50 nautical miles away. And turned around and saw it. I noticed probably when I was still 30 miles out, so I still had a ways to go. And I don't know how long that it had been at 0, so I didn't know how much time I had left on the batteries. But I made it, so no big deal. Wish I had one of those Fitbits though, so I could have seen what my heart was doing when that was going on. It's like playing Escape from Tarkov. Yeah. Well, I mean, really, the only... I don't know what I would have done in that situation, really, but then I would have had to get the light gun signal, I guess. But I don't know how I would have even signaled to them that I didn't have comms or anything. You couldn't even put 7600 in the transponder if you lost all your electricity. I'd have to text message my instructor and hope that went through to have him call the tower and tell them that I was coming in one way or another. Yeah, but your phone is... If you're moving that fast, even like 70 miles an hour, sometimes it's hard to get a signal.
American 106.
I mean, service is in and out for most of the flight anyway, even though I keep my phone on, it's just unreliable. I could have done it, like, gone into slow flight, you know? Slow flight, give me plenty of time to establish comms with them. I don't even know if I would have been able to hear them, though. I don't have, because I've got those, the David Clark's, the H13s. I don't have the ones with Bluetooth. I don't have the fancy ones like you do.
106 connected 128.75.
American 106.
Skywest 3794, contact 13342.
4,800.
33.42, Skywest 3794.
8,000. Man, but man, $1,000? You know how many hours I could buy with that? I could basically buy, you know,
Skywest 3794,
shit, probably like 9 hours in the Cherokee.
133.42, Skywest 3794.
Keep my David Clark's. I guess it's good to have those kind of experiences when you're training, though. And, you know, not to panic, or learn not to panic or something. I don't know.
Booster 5544 out of flight level 190.4240. Booster 5544, been a runner.
And there's KGCN, I think. That's where we got the ATIS from. So we're not too far away. Start descending here in a few minutes. 95, actually, really soon. Oh, I remember you telling me about that. I don't know if I would call what happened today an emergency, but it was a little spooky.
Lufthansa 521, Center Roger.
Car bicing, maybe? Yeah, I guess I don't know why that would happen if you were in your takeoff RPMs. You ever figure out what it was? The DPE didn't say anything to you? Oh, voice chat.
Good evening,
Yeah, buddy, I'll get on there.
30.4, time is 360.
W18 at 65, Center Roger. Who directed the Zizzy intersection?
Direct to Zizzy intersection, W18 65.
I bet some DBs have some stories though, because people probably show up in all manner of different airplanes. Bitch, can't believe you didn't invite me.
You're never around.
It's just put Feral Aiden voice chat. I'm driving home, and then I've just put we already in, bitch. Me and ceremonial Melon not invited.
Shit, you're not even a mod on that page anymore, bud. I do what I want.
Southwest 3917,
Wow. Wow.
What are you streaming, Farrell?
What am I streaming?
It says
X-Plane.
streaming Twitch.
X-Plane.
Okay.
Duh. I was just recounting my story of my alternator failure today.
Oh, really? Real life failure?
Real life
Did you
failures.
die? Did you die though?
Okay.
I didn't
Go
die, no.
on.
I was pretty far out and realized that the ammeter was reading 0, so I had to turn everything off except for the transponder until I could get back into radio range, and then just turned that on and told them what was going on, and they basically got everyone out of the way so I could land.
Southwest 3917.
An emergency landing while you were still...
I never declared an emergency, but they were very helpful. It was good to have them on ATC.
Were you a little full pucker? Were you a little nervous?
Yeah, 'cause I was just telling Aiden, like I didn't notice it until I went to switch the fuel tank. So it could have been going for like 30 minutes. You know, I wasn't being very vigilant, and you only get 30 minutes of battery life basically once the alternator goes. So I had no idea how much time I had left.
Oh.
Oh yeah. But I'm here talking to you boys now.
Yes. Was it one of those you were really happy to be on the ground?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was like they told me to get, where to taxi off the runway and switch it over to ground. And I was like, oh boy.
Did you get any attaboys when you're on the ground from anybody, or what?
No, I didn't. I went into the office and told them, I wrote it up and everything, and they're like, all right, we'll call the maintenance guy. I can get shit. I should get like a free hour or something for that.
Yeah.
About to land. Apparently winds were crazy a minute ago. Let's see if I can see what it says saying now.
What'd you fly?
The Premier 1. No, it's not. Nearest ATIS saying winds 22031, gusting 39.
Fly 111, traffic 11-5, southbound, level 32.
Oh, but you know that one that I shot down, that liquor. He's back up in his 18 again. I think he's hunting me.
Are you playing DCS?
Yeah.
He shot down a friendly because the guy was being a cheeky fucker.
Wait, where's Ether at? He told me to get into voice chat.
So it's 5 minutes.
He said 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so see ya.
I think he's hunting me down.
11 traffic 11-5, southbound, level 320 Airbus.
Or he crashed because he disappeared off the map.
Oh, my favorite is some of the computer players. They're not quite so smart when they're dogfighting. So sometimes you'll be tracking someone and they'll be diving into lower altitude to get away from you, get into the train, and they'll just crash. Feels like it's something. Like, really? Like, I've done that a few times where I dove into terrain and I got into a situation where it's like I just had no maneuverability and into the mountain I went.
Oh, you're getting bumpy now.
Navy Center American 712, 370, continuous light check.
American 712, Enter, Roger. We'll slow you down in about 3-4 minutes.
Thanks.
So, Farrell, are you going to get pilot edge?
No, I'm not. Why? Why would I?
I just was wondering because a lot of people, once they go into pilot training and all that, they want to have really good ATC coverage, so they go with pilot edge to get a little bit more of a professional experience.
I mean, I fly almost every day. I got enough air traffic control experience, and I'm also pretty. I'm pretty happy with X-Pilot now. I mean, yesterday when we were flying around, there was some dude on Unicom. It's cool that works now. I like that. So even if you're not on with a controller or a center or something like that, you can still do traffic calls and hear other people's.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, I mean, when you unless you're on an IFR flight or you're in a tube, you don't have to talk to ATC unless you're transitioning through someone's airspace.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word to anybody until I got back into the Delta.
I'll go and shoot that motherfucker down again.
Is
It's coming right back over the airport, but I'm in a bomb shelter at the moment, so I might just take off from the taxiway and go.
You're hiding in a bomb shelter?
No, I've spawned out, respawned.
Oh.
Oh man, it's getting.
My God, it is fucking cold.
How cold is cold? What I mean, from what a Texas/Florida boy, what is cold for you? Like 55?
Fucking no, like negative 15. Our fucking heater is not working in our suite.
Wait, where are you?
I'm at the hospital. I'm on my way home.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I went into my office and the whole damn suite, which is about 20 offices, is a fucking ice box. And I didn't bring a coat with me today. Usually I left my coat at the house. I normally have a coat with me just in case. But man, it was fucking, I've been freezing all day. My nipples are so hard I can cut glass.
What is the outside temperature down there?
Give me probably 50s, I think. Let me look.
That's what I'm talking about.
61.
What?
No, it's cooler outside. It's warmer outside than it is in my office.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, we're also, the other problem is our suite is on the other side of the OR, so we're getting the OR air feed in, which is a fucking ice box anyways. But apparently the handler that brings in the warm air isn't working.
My car was covered in frost this morning, but yeah, it's the same temperature. It's like 61 now. It feels like spring.
Yeah. It was cold this morning. I went to the gym at 6 and I was freezing my ass off.
I'm on site. I gotta go to work, so let you go.
Alright, go plug in the keyboards.
See ya.
I'm replacing a touchscreen. Hopefully my replacement part's on screen. See. It's on site.
Have fun, dude.
See you, buddy.
Oh yeah. I'll be back about a half hour or so. See ya.
See ya.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm going home. I'm done for the day. Everybody's bugging out. It's Thanksgiving week. It's dead around here.
You gotta work tomorrow too? When are you off this week?
I go off on Wednesday. I'll be off the rest of the week.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go in tomorrow. Probably dick around for half a day, and then I'll come to the house.
Do the English have a Thanksgiving?
No. Fuck no. They ain't got a Thanksgiving.
There's nothing to be thankful for.
He's already got his fucking tree up. Us Americans don't put a tree up till after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't. People do. I mean, the city where I'm from, they started putting up Christmas decorations already. I'm like, y'all need to chill the F out.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing in our neighborhood.
People were putting that shit up right after Halloween now.
Uh-huh. So, D, what do you guys have? Do you have Thanksgiving?
Nope.
Yeah, nothing to be thankful for.
Man. So
we created the world, so we don't need to be thankful for anything.
Oh fuck! He went there.
This
guy. A true Brit. Oh damn. I mean, technically we ain't wrong. We all are descendants of them anyways. Just our people fucking said, "Fuck y'all," he got out.
Not my family. Shit, I got nothing to do with the British.
Where's your family from?
French Canadian and Czechoslovakian.
Ah, okay. Yeah, mine's English, Welsh, and German.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you're not too far from the tree.
No.
Welsh.
Yeah, that's what it said.
You need me to spell it?
English. W-E-L-S-H. I think is what it said. Welsh. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Where's my fucking ancestry thing at?
I don't like it.
Reference. Oh, fuck you, man. You love me. I gave you a damn video card.
I don't like the Welsh though.
I'm looking to see. Okay, what did it say? I am 50. Europe. 33%. Oh, go ahead. 33% England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe.
Wait, did you just look this shit up on your phone?
Yeah, I have.
You're driving a car.
Oh no!
You make fun of Melon for being unsafe.
I just pulled out of the parking garage. Now I'm on the main road, but anyway, yeah, I did a DNA test. So. Oh man.
Rider board going around the east side of this storm.
I'm ready to go home.
Around 34, but that's only
Fire up X-plane, break some airplanes.
I ordered those parts.
Did you?
Yeah, I talked to my wife, and she goes, "You know what? Just do it." She's like, "I know this sounds really bad, probably makes me look like a fucking ass."
Intermittently chop around 34.
If I were you, I'd try to like contact or tag some people in some social media posts. But because it's kind of ridiculous that.
Hey, did you guys hear anything I said, or did you miss me?
Yeah, you're talking to your wife about it. She said just go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If I were you though, I would try to reach out to someone on social media or something, because it's kind of bullshit that you buy something like that and it comes with that dead zone.
People have said something, but it's like I told my wife, they would have to replace all of the boards, and I don't think they will.
Or like give you some credit towards something else, or I don't know what they would do.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, what's the likelihood the fucking thing takes?
I guess, having done this, at least you'll know how to fix it.
Commented on the
Well, you're breaking up.
Why don't you? He's like, watch the folder.
Breaking up, dude. I can't hear you.
American 712, traffic 11 o'clock.
Did you hear any of that?
360 is an Airbus 326 lower.
We're hearing like about 2% of what you're saying. Are you in a tunnel? Is there a tunnel from your work to your house? I think we lost him. You're the old guy on the subway that has all your ringtones and shit on, aren't you?
Airbus 326 lower clearing 712.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing, just saying. What is that?
Okay, I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Yeah, we didn't hear any of what you just said there towards the end.
Yeah, my phone kept bouncing the Wi-Fi signals as I was driving down the road.
Turn that shit off.
I did. I just turned my Wi-Fi off so it wouldn't connect all these damn hotspots. Anyways, what I was saying. So somebody posted and said, why don't you just wire the whole damn joystick to the Arduino? And the guy said, I'll probably do that after the stock board died. Software that you load on the Arduino, it does buttons and everything. So like you could basically rewire that entire joystick to the Arduino and it would work just fine.
Oh, see, I think that's one of the things that Melon mentioned yesterday being worried about. I mean, I don't know enough about it to say one way or another, but... Yeah,
so apparently you can. I wasn't aware of it. So I could... The guy said he didn't want to do it because he didn't feel like cutting all the wires and redoing it all right now. He's like, I'll just wait until the stock board takes a shit, and then I'll wire. The buttons aren't the problem. The pintometers is what the resolution is reading, and that's the problem with the controller. And the controller board they use is all of it. It does the whole thing, the pintometers and all the buttons.
Gotcha. I'm surprised in all the reviews and stuff that I don't know, maybe people were just too infatuated with the way it looks or their ideas that they built up about it, but no one mentioned that in any of the early reviews that I saw of it. I mean, for example, like the V1 simulations guy, he's a real pilot, and when he first got it, he did this long review, flying with it, talking about how great it was. No one ever mentioned that shit before.
I don't know, man. I was thinking the same thing. This guy who did this, he's a real-world pilot, and he's like, I noticed it the moment I started flying the A2A Cessna 172. He's like, I can't fly it like I fly my real one. And I'm like, okay, well, you're a real fucking pilot that owns a Cessna 172, and you're saying that shit isn't right, well then I'm gonna believe you over Tim, Dick, and Jerry, who's probably got paid to post a review.
Yeah, maybe that was just what it is. People are like, "Oh, this looks great," and I've never flown a real airplane before, so this is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because there's another dude that also posted on the Reddit said the same thing. He's like, well, no, that's play linkage, and then he came back later and goes, oh yeah, no, you're right, I can feel it now, and I was like, Jesus. So
yeah, I guess
tested
once
it
one
myself.
person pointed it out, everyone's like, oh yeah, me too.
I sure as hell noticed it now. I looked at it in the joystick resolution screen and X-Plane, and I'm like, this fucker really isn't registering anything. Which explains why my flares are so fucked up, because if you've got my joystick, that thing flares stupidly easy. You barely move the stick back and it flares the plane.
Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, that's what, I mean, I'm fairly used to it, because that's the same one that I had before. Not too bad.
Yeah.
But to put it to the test here, though.
With that joystick. Yeah, with the. Did you get the rudder pedals yet?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I miss that joystick. It really was a good joystick.
She's a beaut. We'll take good care of her.
Yeah, if I ever get tired of the yoke, I'll probably go back to that setup again.
Or if you get into helicopters.
I know. I'm gonna have to give somebody my P-51. I can't fly it anymore.
You could. I guess that would be a little weird with the yoke, though, wouldn't it? There is our airport. Actually, let's disconnect this shit and fly. Let's see what the weather's doing real quick before I do that. How bad is it? Oh, dude, that's it. Calm down. It's fine. 198 at 8 knots. I got no excuse now.
Oh, your massive crosswind is gone?
Yeah, totally gone. Autopilot.
District 5544, contact center 128.3.
What's up? What's up, D? What you doing, man?
D-bag?
You doing what?
I'm alright, you?
I'm good. What you flying? You working? What you doing?
DCS.
All of his flights are working.
Shit. You got in a DCS, eh?
Yeah, I had it a few months ago. Just hope it played it for a while, and then I saw streams last night. So I was like, yeah.
Okay, 6 Hotel Alpha, you want 43?
Yes, sir.
6 Hotel Alpha, climb maintain for level 430.
430, Falcon 3, 6 Hotel Alpha, and it's continuous light chop here at 400.
Oh, man. I'm tired. It was an early morning.
I'm about to ask what time you go to work.
Usually I roll in the office at like 9:30, but I got up at 5 and actually went to the gym because I had to be at the dentist at 8.
Oof.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I went back into. Then I went into the office. Got in the office about 9:30.
It's a brutal morning. Yeah. Not only do you have to wake up super early, but then you go basically straight to the dentist. That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a blast. All they had to do was put the little doohickeys on my teeth. Although one of them came off at lunch when I took my Invisalign out.
So you, like when you had braces, when they would tighten them up or something for like a few days, I know, but for a few days it would hurt. Is it like that with Invisalign too, or is it more subtle?
No. The first day I got this thing in, it fucking hurt. My teeth were, I had a headache for most of the day.
But I mean, do your teeth hurt?
Yeah.
So is it you're not eating hard food or what?
Yeah, no, they're sensitive. They're definitely sensitive. It when the first trays went in, which it moves it, a little at a time. It lasted probably about 2 days. So, like on Friday I had to change my tray. So they went and put all the buttons on my teeth, little knobbies, and put the same trays back in and said on Friday go to tray number 2. So when I do that, I'm probably going to be sore all weekend until my teeth get adjusted.
Oh, so they give you the things ahead of time and you just swap them out whenever you're scheduled?
Yeah, they gave me trays 2 and 3 and told me I'll switch to tray 2s on Friday, and then I'll switch to tray 3s the following Friday, and then I'll go in and see them. So, but I mean, the only reason I'm doing it is because he bitched at me enough about a tooth that I'm having a problem with, and he said that I needed it. Otherwise, he won't go fix it anymore.
And we get these sweet kickbacks from Invisalign.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what though? I don't know if he gets the kickback though, because he basically just sold it to me at cost. Because my wife's Invisalign was like $6,500, and he charged me $35.
Nice.
He tried.
Either very nice, or your wife got ripped off.
No. It was a good deal. It was, yeah. Invisalign's usually about $6,000, but he tried to talk me into it several years ago, and I told him it was full of shit. It's like, there's nothing wrong with my fucking teeth. And so I guess he ended up ordering the case anyways, thinking that I was going to do it, and he'd been sitting on it. So at this point in time, he just was like, probably just wanted to get rid of it. So.
This guy popping over here talking shit.
Who's talking shit?
Dutch, baby?
Dutch, what are you talking shit about?
It's not me.
The grandpa who always has his phone ringer on.
What? What are you talking about?
How can it be I'm in chat with you?
I heard it blopping off in the background.
I'm not. You're not about talking shit. I'm not doing anything. I recognise this app.
I think we need to, I think one of these days, except for Thursday, because I gotta do family shit Thursday, but I think we need to do group flight.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
Flown together in a while. Since I'm off, it'll be easier to do it with D during his time zone, because I'll be off.
Way below the glide path, it's fine.
Better be below than above.
Yeah.
Just got trees in the way. You want to fly with this D?
Maybe.
Wow.
This computer doesn't crash.
Wow.
He's got all that malware from porn in there.
I may grace you with my presence.
Jeez. It's okay, man. We get it. You don't like us anymore.
Shit.
That's alright, Farrell. You and I'll fly. Maybe we'll bust the Zevo out.
What the hell?
What'd you do? Did you crash?
No, I hit the lift dump and the plane like started going back up into the air. That's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Did you have it too trimmed too much?
No. Why? Even if that happened, why would the lift dump make the plane come back up? I got it. We landed it. Plenty of room.
The FAA might have something to say about it.
Shit.
Final runway 32, full stop.
We down. We're live.
So I missed earlier because I couldn't listen. I was in the office. What happened to? What was the deal with your alternator?
It just crapped out when I was uncomfortably far away from my airport, and I didn't realize. I didn't know when it happened, so I didn't know how much battery I had left.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what, you're not meant to run with it on then, no?
Run with what on? The alternator? It's on all the time.
Yeah.
It's like your car. It's an engine-driven thing.
Oh, the way you spoke earlier, I thought you was meant to turn it off or something. I didn't realise it was. Okay.
No.
Well, I mean, if you lose your battery juice, all you're gonna lose is what? You're not gonna lose your 6-pack. You got a G5, right?
No, but the issue for me is I'm in controlled airspace, so I gotta have radios to get back in. And
right. You would have had to go. Well, you'd have to go into no radio mode. Which...
Yeah, but so even if you get, you're supposed to get on the transponder and go 7600 for lost comms. But if I lost the battery completely, I wouldn't even have had transponder. So I would have to call someone on the phone and have them call the tower and then get light gun signals from them to land.
I was gonna say you could use your phone, couldn't you?
Yeah, but even it's hard to get a signal when you're moving really fast. So I would have to like slow down into slow flight. And then
I don't think that's realistically the answer. Like, slow down, get low, use your fucking cell phone. No, I'd be fucking buzzing the tower, flapping my wing, being like, motherfucker, I have no radio.
Yeah, which do you think is more dangerous?
You playing on your phone? you playing on your phone is more dangerous.
No, you could trim it out. You could trim it out. It'd be fine. But you to like fly into towered airspace and then start circling around the tower.
I would rather. Actually, no. I probably would. You know, that's a really good question. Actually, I wonder what Matt would say. I would probably approach pattern just as any other airport. Just me not talking to the tower. I would probably approach the pattern and wave my wings so they know that something's wrong. Because obviously, you can look for who's in the pattern.
I would have definitely. I would have, just to be on the safe side, I would have definitely contacted someone and told them to call tower or something.
But seriously though, I don't think that's a valid response. I don't think getting down low enough and using your cell phone is realistic, like by the book. I mean,
well, you don't have to be low it's not, the altitude isn't the issue with your cell phone, it's speed, because you're bouncing between locations. So if you can get down slow enough, like in slow flight, I can go about 65 miles an hour, that's car speed. So I could definitely get cell phone signal.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's. I'm just wondering what's the real textbook response? Because I don't think it's go low and slow and use your cell phone. I think there's some other procedure to do that isn't use your cell phone.
Well, when I've talked to Matt about this before, because I had like a scare too, where the generator fuse popped out in a different airplane, and I thought the alternator went. So I was like, "What would you do?" And then he said he would, because he has Bluetooth on his headset. So he's like, "I would call the tower."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, maybe technology's advanced that much that fucking just use your damn cell phones these days.
I mean, I would definitely do that rather than just flying into a class Delta, you know?
Ah, fuck it, I died behind the field. Move out of the way, bitches, I'm coming.
What it could have done is like diverted to a non-towered airport and then called people when I got on the phone or on the ground.
Yeah, and then you'd be that jackass not calling anything at an uncontrolled tower.
That's happened to me before once in a different airplane. The transmit button on the pilot side wasn't working and I didn't know it. So I was coming up, I was calling all my traffic calls and these guys were holding short and fortunately they saw me, but they kept, asking for a radio check. So I landed without communicating and then had to switch my microphone headset to the right side and then reach over and key that microphone for my traffic calls.
Yeah, my last flight was cross country with my instructor, and we flew out to an uncontrolled field, and I had somebody in a high speed. I think it was an experimental. It was something. They fucking cut me off on final, and landed just like out of nowhere. Fucking dropped down in front of me, and land. I was like, "You motherfucker."
That happened to me too, but they were on comms. They were just being assholes.
Yeah, this dude wasn't on comms because we were calling it the whole time. Downwind, base, final. The whole time I was on approach calling it in. And this fucker just pops out of nowhere and just lands. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck. Go for it, man.
But technically, you're not legally required to make traffic calls or even monitor like CTAF frequencies or anything. It's just the right thing to do for safety, And I don't know why people wouldn't do that.
They need to make that. They need to make that the law. You should be required. Well, aren't they? They're requiring all planes to have ADS-B now.
Yeah, that's a big one. That'll be a big thing because I mean it's rare at this point, but I have seen people that didn't have ADS-B reporting on, and they weren't showing up on my traffic. Let's watch this. See what happens.
That's. I'm glad that they have that system out there now. Did you hear Microsoft's response about real-world traffic?
No.
Apparently, Microsoft knows where every single aircraft is in the world. That was the response. Apparently they have access to something that tells them where every single aircraft is in the world. And they're planning to implement real-world traffic in 2020.
Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I don't know. I'm not as optimistic about this as everybody else is.
I'm not, dude. They're really like throwing some shit out there. Like I'm just.
The lift dump's never even deployed.
Your lift dump didn't at all?
No, I just.
You had it unlocked and everything?
Yeah.
Weird.
Maybe I hit the wrong button. Let me. It's the first time I've flown it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't flown it in ages. I hate the waddle when you stop.
Yeah, why touchdown? Also, don't even think I had full flaps. I was not paying attention on this one. We lived.
Oh. Hey, as long as you got on the ground, right? That's the important thing.
Would have been a good landing otherwise. It's looking pretty good.
I think I'm gonna fly to Phoenix today. I'm gonna go Reno to Phoenix, trying to get my Zebo back to the East Coast.
Reno to Phoenix, that's not too far.
No, that's like 200 miles, I think. I don't have a lot of time tonight, so I wanted to get a decent flight in.
I should be studying.
Oh,
but
that's what. Yeah, like you really need to study Mr. 93.
Yeah, but I got the oral for the check ride in like a week.
That's true. Are you nervous about it?
I'm not nervous about the flying part. I'm nervous about the oral part. There's this dude at my school, and he legit took the knowledge test like 3 or 4 times and failed. And he went to the same DPE that I'm going to, and you know, what we got from him was that he's a stickler, and he was very thorough. But I don't know how much of that is like he looked at the guy's, you know, his sign-off sheet and saw that he failed the knowledge test 3 or 4 times, and then grilled him on just the intricacies of weather, which fucking nobody knows about. You know what I mean? So I have no idea what to expect at this time.
Not the ways I'm gonna shoot.
Shoot what?
Shoot off.
Shoot off.
Shoot off.
Alright, dude. Well, have a good night, man.
Later, buddy. Actually, it's like afternoon there, isn't it? 3.
Half 8.
Should be 5, 6, 7, some shit like that.
8:30.
Half 8.
Half 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I might be on tomorrow. A few more.
Gotcha.
Alright, dude.
See ya.
Laters.
Yeah, I got my student pilot's license in the mail the other day finally.
Well, you just now got it?
Yeah, it took what 9 weeks to get that fucking plastic card.
Dang.
Yeah.
Have you seen the real pilot's license?
No.
It's basically no different.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It's just it's now plastic, right?
Yeah, it looks
It's
exactly
like
the same as the student license.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I do anything.
Yeah, but with your student license, you can go rent a plane by yourself. You just gotta get checked out.
Yeah, but I haven't done any solo time, so I wouldn't be able to.
Oh, you never soloed. Okay.
Nope, I left before my solo.
Well, you did your cross country before you did solo?
Mm-mm. No, I went cross country with my instructor. It was my going away flight before I left. We went and flew for like 3 hours.
Gotcha. Well, if you were doing cross country, it probably wouldn't be too long before you got soloed.
Honestly, Meredith looked over my stuff and we talked and we went up and flew that day, and she told me, she's like, you know, you probably need maybe another 5 or 10 hours, if even that, just brushing up, like getting back into the groove. And she goes, you probably I'd probably stick you into your landing solos and most likely start getting you on your solo. But the problem is, I told her wife, like, that all sounds great. It means that it's a significantly less cost, but at the end of the day, I don't want to go into this bound by, you know, oh, I expect to spend $4,000 or $5,000, and it turns out that I struggle with something, and now I'm, you know, $12,000. That's why I'm not doing it, because I don't want to go into that thinking that I can do this cheap. I mean, I've got almost 20 hours, so, but.
You probably could do it cheaper than you think. I mean, it's probably like riding a bicycle. That's why, what are the legal requirements for currency are, you know, 3 landings within the last, takeoffs and landings within the last 90 days, 3 months.
Yeah.
When was the last time you flew?
Probably 3 months ago with Meredith.
Yeah, so I mean, you're like at the range of currency. That's what the FAA determines. Like, here's what you need to keep the feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I went up with her, and she didn't do anything. She just sat there. We popped the windows open and cruised the coastline. She didn't touch the plane once. She didn't, I was watching her because my old instructor, he was one of those guys who used to keep his hand on the yoke during the final, which used to irk the fuck out of me. Because I'm like, look, dude, if I'm going to crash this fucking thing, you're going to know I'm going to crash the damn thing. I said, but you sticking your hand on there because you're fucking nervous is making me nervous trying to land.
See, there was a transition for me where at the beginning, it was like it made me feel safe knowing that he was hovering his hand near it, and then towards the end, you know, when I started feeling more confident, then I didn't want his hand there, and now I guess he's mostly just along for the ride when we even go up together. I'm actually the biggest thing I'm looking forward to at this point, because I still got to build a lot of hours, is actually getting a PPL so I can bring people to ride along for company. You know what I mean? So I'm still paying solo rates, not dual, but I have a passenger that I can talk to, because I basically just mumble to myself most of the flight now.
Can you take somebody with you when you're doing like your instrument as with a PPL? Can you bring a passenger along?
Yeah. Actually, that's what I'm on. Yeah, because you're a private pilot, you can do whatever you want to. But I flew with the dude that was doing his twin on Friday in that Aztec. That's how I got those pictures.
Oh fuck, that's sweet.
So I'm excited to, because I mean it's one more week hopefully, and I'll be done with private, and then I can.
That makes sense why this guy I met on Instagram a couple weeks ago that I told you guys about said next time I go up I'll holler at you. You can come with me. That makes sense now because I'm like, why the fuck would you want me to go fly with you? But now I get it. He's working on his instrument here at Craig.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get to log in those hours, obviously, but if you want to go for a plane ride, it's free, and it gives him someone to talk to. Because especially for those, I think you got to do 50 hours for commercial, you got to do 50 hours of cross-country time. And come on, dude, that's going to fucking suck by yourself.
Yeah, you're right. It gets real boring real quick.
So if anybody out there listening lives in the Georgia area, you want a plane ride coming up, holla at your boy.
Oh, shit. All
right, I'm going to wrap this stream up, guys. Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
I thought about it. I told my wife I probably could do it relatively cheap, but then I'm